Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, you guys, I wanted to talk about how the narcissist will never care about you and how to make peace with that. How to make peace with the narcissist never caring about you. Because when you think about these people, right, this could be your mother, this could be your grandmother, this could be the person that raised you, this could be the person you were in a relationship for so many years, or you invested so much time or so much of your emotions into a person, and this person just simply does not care about you. They simply just do not love you. You had your share of time with them, right? It's like someone having a friend around them that they really don't like. They really don't like any of their friends, actually, but they keep their friends around so that they won't be loners. They keep their friends around so that when they go out to eat or something, they have someone to eat with, because they don't want to eat alone. And, in the moment, you might think to yourself, oh, well, I have this friend and she's paying for dinner. She's paying for our dinner date. And you think it's a good friend, but in reality, this person just doesn't want to be alone. They just want to be able to dump their problems on you. That's how a narcissist works. They use people. And when you bring it up to them, they play stupid. They act like they don't know what you're talking about. They switch things, they turn things, they flip things on you and play the victim. They portray like you're doing something to them by bringing awareness to the situation. It's like, why did you bring awareness to it? Now you're my enemy. Now it's time to destroy you. And you're sitting there like, why doesn't this person care about me? Why are they trying to destroy me? And while you're asking, why doesn't this person care about you, they're trying to destroy you. They're trying to destroy your reputation. They're trying to destroy how others view you. And you're thinking to yourself, what did I do? The only thing you did was come around someone and stay too long. When that person showed you who they are, that's who they are. And the only thing you did was choose to stay around for too long. And, it sucks, you guys. I know, especially when it's like, family and things like that. And you're like, well, I didn't really have a choice. I didn't even know I was being brainwashed. I didn't even know I was being controlled. I didn't even know I was, attacked to be the black sheep for all of these reasons. And, to some of us, it's like, well, we can't help who we are and what we look like and who we are as a person that bothers you. Some people are just simply bothered by your presence and you just don't know why. It's kind of like having that coworker that you go to work and they're mean mugging you and you're like, I don't even know this person. I just started work today. Today is my first day and I've already spotted the mean muggers in here. That's how narcissists work. They just simply don't care about you. Some of them will apologize from my experience. They all know what they do. They know why they do it. They don't have respect for you. They don't like you. They want things done their way. And if you don't do things their way, you're not relevant to them. So you could be in a dynamic where you're filled with narcissists around you and you're wondering, well, why is it that these other narcissists aren't getting treated the way I am getting treated? Why is it that my mother or the person around me, why aren't they defending me? They are seeing how evil, how wicked these people are being with me, but yet no one says anything. No one defends me. Everyone looks at me like I'm the problem, like I did something. Basically, they're looking at you like you just need to go. You just need to walk away from it. And you might think, well, if I walk away from this situation, I'm going to lose a lot, right? I might lose my whole life. And you guys know that. They don't care. They don't care. They simply do not care. They do not care about your emotions. They do not care what they put you through. They do not care. The moment that you saw that first red flag, in their mind, that was enough for you to run. That was enough. They've showed you in some type of way or form that they are not on your side. They don't really care, but yet they'll keep you around. They'll tell you, come visit me, keep visiting me. They'll tell you, keep visiting me. They'll even ask you for forgiveness. Will you forgive me? And you might forgive them. They might forgive each other. But in their mind, they're thinking, well, if you forgive me, don't bring up any of this stuff anymore. If you forgive me, leave everything I did to you in the past. Because I really don't want to relive this. And if you forgive me, understand that you have a position to play in my life. I'm not going to change. I just want you to change. I want you to change. I want you to change how you do things. I want you to change how you say things. I want you to know my every move. Now that you know who I am, you should know me. You should know better. You should know that you have a position in my life, a role to play, and that's the role you're always going to play. I'm glad you woke up. I'm glad you're accepting who I am. I'm glad you're accepting the situation. Now, are you strong enough to deal with the position I have you to play? And most of us do not want to play the position that these narcissists have placed on us. Because the position they've placed on you is not who you feel like you are. It's not who you feel like it's not what you feel like you deserve. It doesn't feel right to your soul. And in some ways, it will anger you. It will anger you that someone used you or someone manipulated you. You have this anger, and really, you're supposed to just charge it to the game, right? You're supposed to just say, hey, it's a life lesson. It's time to move on. But if you don't deal with these feelings and these emotions every time they're brought up, every time you see something going on or something happening, or every time you see some type of disagreement, every time you see something that you find despicable, or you see some type of injustice, it brings up all of those old feelings, all the feelings of abandonment, all the feelings of anger, all the feelings of betrayal. It brings up every single feeling up. And one thing that I've learned is to separate my feelings from what's happening at that moment, and to realize, well, who wants to be in my life? Okay, well, none of these people want to be in my life. Fine. Well, how can I live my life without them? How can I accept that I'm never going to get that apology, or that even if I get that apology, things aren't going to change? The narcissist apologize because they want a clean slate. They want a clean slate. They want a fresh start. The narcissist wants a fresh start. In their eyes, it's like, cool, you forgive me? Okay. Now I feel better about myself. Now I feel great about myself. You forgave me. Thank you. Now I'm going back to my regular program. I'm going back to playing the victim. And what's so crazy about a narcissist is that, you guys can forgive each other, but the moment they have to be able to talk about you again, the moment they have to slander you again, they will. The moment they have the reason to make you look like you did something to them, or you're aggressive, or the moment they have something on you, or the moment that you lose control, you're upset, they're going to use those moments to bring up the past. This is why you can't go back to a narcissist, because they will simply just drag you back to the past. And when you are functioning off of your emotions, they're looking at you like you're crazy, because they're like, I'm living in the future. I left the past behind me. Okay, we forgave each other. Let it go. Okay, I hurt you. So what? I already said I'm sorry. Let's not talk about it anymore. I don't want to hear about your emotions. I don't want to hear about your feelings. And these are the same people that will talk to the flying monkeys and the other people that have disrespected you, and they'll sit there and talk about how you made them feel. Oh, well, so-and-so came over here. They got all emotional. I already said I'm sorry. I don't know what they want from me. I don't know what I did wrong. I'm the victim. The narcissist plays the victim. But they can sit there with their flying monkeys and talk about you, but they don't want to hear your emotions. This is someone who does not care about your emotions. This is someone who only simply cares about their emotions. So they'll sit there, they'll talk to their flying monkey, they'll talk about you, they'll slander you, they'll talk about all the things that they hate about you, the things they don't like about you, everything that you don't see, that they don't like, because the narcissist has things that they don't like about you. And when you do them, because maybe it's part of your personality, maybe it's something you're trying to change, maybe it's just who you are, and the narcissist just simply doesn't like who you are. So, this is such a touchy subject, because this can be anyone. This could be your child, this could be your parent, this could be, your grandparent, this could be your brother, sister, this could be your best friend, your friends. It's the people closest to you. It's the people closest to you. It's the people that you love the most, the people you care about the most, the people you have sacrificed, different things for, Sometimes you can take care of your parent all your life. You're there cooking, cleaning, doing things for them, helping them. And then next thing you know, here comes your brother and sister that never comes visits them, that your parent is just yearning for their attention, and here they go, just giving them their properties, everything they have, every penny they have, and you're not getting anything. And they're like, hey, you have to accept that and move on, because it's my choice. And you're thinking, well, why did you have me take care of you this whole time if you were going to do this to me? You might as well not birth me, because I sacrificed, my youth to take care of you. And, you'll see that that's like something so common. You'll see it in movies. This is how the Joker, if you watch the movie, The Joker, I don't know which one. I think it's one of the newest ones, when he was taking care of his mom. And then at the end, he got all this anger, that took over him. He was never that type of person. He was childlike. People made fun of him. Because everyone was playing a game and he wasn't playing it. And when he finally decided to play it, he was filled with rage. And sometimes you can relate to someone like that. Sometimes you can relate to the villain. You always choose to be good. And then when someone does when someone looks at you the wrong way, and they take advantage of you and they use you, it brings up that same emotion of people trying to use you. Like you'll start thinking to yourself, well, I'm done being nice, right? How many times as an empath you have said, I'm done being nice? Because you realize that every time you're nice, people are putting you in this category where they feel like entitled, where they feel like they can walk over you, they can lie to you, and you're going to believe it. Because half the time, what people don't understand about a narcissist is that half the time that they're talking, they're lying. All of narcissists who are all narcissists, half the time they're talking, they're lying. Every narcissist, even when they're telling the truth, they're only telling the truth to bend the truth. They're only telling you the truth to control you in some type of way. So the narcissist, you guys, they won't be truthful to you unless they have something to gain from it. They won't be truthful to you unless they're trying to tell you something to anger you, to make you react, to make you do their dirty work. That's the only time you're going to see a narcissist tell you the truth, when they are telling you the truth to make you do their dirty work. They're telling you the truth so that you can figure out that they're lying to you. They want you to find the little clues and put the pieces together to show you who they truly are, when really the moment someone gives you that first clue, you should know it's time to walk away. This person's trying to stir something up. The moment someone tells you something to mess with your emotions, even if they're not doing it to you or they're just saying something to trigger you, this person is playing games. But half the time we're too blind to see that, because we don't want to believe that someone we care about or someone that we vent to about things is trying to also manipulate us in some type of shape or form. The moment you see something not adding up, or you see that this person is trying to trigger you or trigger you to your past, trigger your emotions, it's time to move on. It's time to move on, and it's time to not look back. And the problem with a lot of us, we stay frozen, or we stay thinking about the past, or we stay thinking about the narcissist coming back when they're living their life. They've moved on. The moment they've walked out of your life for a day, for 2 days, for a week, for a month, for a couple of months, they moved on. Someone who can just walk away from you, and they're like, with an arrogance too, on top of that, with an arrogance, like you did something, like it's your fault, like you were wrong for calling them out on the things that they did to you or the things they done wrong. So before ending this message, let me go to it. I have a scripture I wanted to read to you guys. Let's see, where is it at? Here it goes. Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Have I then become your enemy by telling you the truth? When you tell the narcissist the truth, they become your enemy. That's how you know you're dealing with a narcissist. Someone with empathy, even if you get into it with them, say you disagree with them, they're going to reflect on the situation, and they're going to say, okay, well, let's agree to disagree, because I really value our friendship. I really value our conversations. I really value who you are as a person. So let's agree to disagree. But someone who just completely acts like they understand you, but when the moment comes to go to war, they don't have your back. They don't have your back at all. That's showing you who you're dealing with. You can have people around you tell you, oh, I'm not in the middle of it. But as soon as you go to war, they're on the other side of the fence. When someone shows you that they don't care about you the first time, believe them. It's a hard pill to swallow. Trust me, I know all about it. I spent my childhood trying to prove to people things, and always trying to be on top of my grades, always trying to prove something, but I was never going to be the favorite. I was never the favorite. I never even cared about being the favorite, or all I wanted was respect, right? All you want is respect. And the moment you tell people you don't want the disrespect, they do not like you. And actually, they find it offensive. They'll find that offensive. They'll find that your feelings are hurt offensive. Your feelings are hurt, and they'll start crying. You're wondering why they're crying. What have you done to them? They're crying. Now everyone is coming around the crying person, and now you're looking like the villain, right? And the more this happens, guess what happens to you? The anger grows. It grows and grows and grows. Now when other narcissists do things to you, or you're looking for empathy from someone else that you thought was your friend or you thought was your partner, they're looking at what the other narcissists are doing to you, and they're like, I'm going to do it to you too. That's how you know you're dealing with narcissists around you. They don't have empathy. They're listening to you. They're listening to your problems, and they're thinking, one day I'm going to do the same to you. It's hard. I've had, it's like, I don't know where this Bible scripture is. As I always say, I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual, and I do believe a lot of things in the Bible can help us redirect our life. But it says that in order to have life, you have to lose everything. I don't know the exact words, but it basically says in order to live, you have to die and you have to lose everything. You have to lose everything. You have to lose everything from your past. Part of resurrecting into a new life is understanding that these people are going to eat themselves up slowly, one at a time. They're going to fall like dominoes. They're going to go through their karma, through their situation. And yes, they might have each other. And you might think to yourself, well, they have each other. I have no one. The narcissist took me away from home. They have a family. I lost my family in my case, You might think to yourself a lot, these type of things, I know how that feels, but eventually you're going to have to get tough skin. You have to become stronger to understand that the person you're becoming is someone that is out of that script you were supposed to play. You were supposed to play a role. I always say, I'm not playing the script. It's a movie and I'm not playing the script. And that's what it is. You're not playing that script anymore. And if you remove a character out of that scene, those same characters, they're going to keep playing that role like over and over again. And when your scene comes up, you're not going to be around and they're going to be frozen. Like, where is this person at? They're supposed to come in and say their lines. They're supposed to say their lines so that I can come in and attack them after. And when you're no longer there, guess what happens? They attack the next person they feel is the weakest link. And this could have been a person that you were trying to bring awareness of, or this could be a person that you were close to. And in the end, they rather had sacrificed you than them getting in that position that you were in. So when that happens, you guys, they start falling like dominoes, and it might not seem like it. You might think to yourself, they're stronger together. They're stronger together. But what happens when they have to face judgment, whatever their judgment is on their own, because we all suffer. Every single one of us suffer. The difference is that you're going to grow stronger. And when they're going through that moment of suffering, it doesn't matter how many people they talk to. It doesn't matter how many people they have around them. It doesn't matter if they stay up all night and talk to these people on the phone. When they get off that phone and they go to sleep at night, it's killing them. Every second, every minute is killing them. They're in constant pain. And just as you get angry, guess what happens to them? They get angry too. This is why you'll get angry with you. You actually have a reason to be angry, but yet they're angry at you. And when they're showing you that anger, that hate, it's like, how can you hate me this much? What did I do to you? They're not dealing with any of their problems. That's what the narcissist does. They don't deal with any of their problems. Instead, they find someone to dump their load on. So this is what the narcissist does to people. This is any type of narcissist, family, someone who's in a relationship. They just move on to the next relationship and they dump that same hate they showed you, that same anger. That anger they showed you, when they spazzed out on you, that same anger, that envy, that attitude where they feel like they're better than you. That's the same behavior they're going to show the next person. And in the beginning, it might not seem like that. You know why? Because they're triangulating you. They're triangulating you. You're still in the circle. They're going back and forth between you and them. So, of course, they feel like that. But when you have completely removed yourself from that piece of that game, from that scenario, you've moved you moved yourself from that scenario. Now, when that script comes again, the narcissist is playing a script. When that script comes again and you're not there to give them that ego boost, they're going to become even more angry. And a lot of times this is why they discard you, because they might have a secondary supply. They're not just with the new supply, they have a secondary supply now. They can't jungle everyone. You know, they might have multiple supplies depending on what type of person you're dealing with. They might have like 5, 6 of them. And they're all playing different roles. And they all know they're playing different roles. They're literally juggling different characters in their hands like a clown. And when they're doing that, you know, each ball starts being removed until they are only bouncing one ball in their hand. And by the time they're bouncing that one ball in their hand, that ball does not want to be bounced anymore. Now that ball is in anger. Now that ball has feeling like it's been used and kicked, and it's done everything to prove their love, and nothing worked. While you're playing a character with these people, while you're showing that you're angry, you're upset, you're giving these people something to talk about. You replying to text messages, emails, you know, posting sad things on your Facebook and posting on these, you know, Facebook chats. They're going to prey on you. They're going to prey on you. Narcissists don't feel empathy. Do you guys understand that? So when you post things online and you're looking for empathy from people, be careful who responds to you. Be careful who is trying to befriend you, who is trying to tell you that they've been through the same things you've been through. Because as we know it, these people become so enraged and so angry and attack you. They attack you like you really did something to them. After all these videos I've done for years, and I've talked to you guys about my personal experience with these type of people, I've even, you know, I've told you guys literally a lot of information about me, a lot of information that I'm still even keeping to myself. But a lot of the things that I express are things that I know will help you guys through your healing, because I know it's not easy. I literally died. Physically, mentally, everything died. I went crazy. I lost my mind. I was delusional. I went through literally every stage that you can think about and came out of it. And now I understand who I am. I understand that the people around me, excuse my language, but I used to lose my shit. Like, when you're trying to explain something to someone that did something to you and they're trying to flip it on you, and you're trying to get everyone to see what they're doing is wrong. I remember I told you guys, my aunt was going through chemo. She had just went through cancer. I'm trying to explain to everyone that she made a big lie about me, pushing her and hitting her or whatever. And she made these things up to get sympathy, empathy from other people, because she wanted everyone to look at me like I was this bad person. She wanted to bring up things that I did when I was like 9 years old, 10 years old. So because she had a perception of me being bad when I was young, she wanted to bring that perception into my adulthood, and I cut it off. I didn't allow it. You know, I didn't allow her to try to make a fool out of me. And, you know, I never had a voice when I was a kid. So, of course, now I'm not letting things like that, you know, just go on by without addressing it, because that's what you have to do with narcissists. You have to address these things, or else you'll be angry in the end. You'll be thinking to yourself, why didn't I defend myself? Why didn't I say anything? I should have at least defended myself. And I did so. And when I did defend myself, I defended myself. I told this person in front of everyone, in front of my whole family, to please tell the truth. Please, that it makes me look bad. That they're trying to slander my character. I said, imagine, you know, people and strangers knowing what you just said. I said, I want you to tell the truth in front of everyone. My family just looked at me, didn't say anything. Everyone was quiet. No one defended me. No one said, hey, you know, when someone did finally say something, they said, just don't bring it up anymore. Just, your aunt's going through a lot. Don't stress her out. She stressed me out by slandering me. It was like what I was saying didn't mean anything. And, she even said in front of everyone, you're technically not part of the family. You haven't even been around the family. I stopped coming around the family's gatherings because I realized that I was getting treated badly and I didn't want to get treated badly. So I chose when I would come around. And because of that, because I gave myself boundaries, they noticed and they decided to make lies about me. And when you get angry, what happens is it fuels them. It fuels them to keep the lie going. And that's what I didn't realize. I would think to myself, I would lose my shit, you guys, because I would be like, what the heck is going on? I felt like I was living in another world. I'm like, I'm defending myself no matter what I say. I can cry and they'll look at me disgustedly like, why are you crying? Like my tears were disgusting them. You would think your mother would console you and rub your back and tell you, hey, don't cry. I know you're hurt, or try to make sense of things. But instead, everything I did, every emotion I showed, anger, sadness, it didn't matter what I showed. It didn't matter to these people because they didn't care about me as a person. When someone doesn't care about you as a person and they've already made it up in their mind that they're going to glamorize certain people in the family, because that's what happened, is that, I feel like almost like my cousin got to live the life that I was basically supposed to live because she wasn't even raised in this environment. She came out of nowhere and it was like we swapped lives or something. It was so weird. It was so weird. And even my cousin would act with such arrogance, like she didn't understand, like, the people that raised me are treating you better than me, like she understood. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe she doesn't really get what's going on. Trust me, these people get it. And once you learn how to control your emotions and you learn not to react to these people, to not argue with them, to look at them indifferently, once you learn when to speak, because these type of people, you just can't keep talking. You just can't keep showing your emotions. It doesn't work like that. If you give these people the silent treatment and just throw facts at them, just throw facts, and you show that you don't care, it makes their skin boil. You will see that their hair will catch on fire from the hate they have for you. And all you're doing is giving them the truth. They don't like the truth. In the Bible, it says that people do not like the truth. They become your enemies. And when you think about that, you realize that a lot of these people are demonically possessed. They're bad people. They portray to be good people. They judge others. They judge your past. They judge the people on the street. They judge everyone who isn't living according to their standards of what you're supposed to be living. They're judging you until it's them. Right now, a lot of what I notice about even, families is they judge other people, right? And they're judging them because their families are still in that honeymoon stage where everyone is having fun, celebrating holidays together. They're in that honeymoon stage. But guess what? If you're filled with narcissism in that family, eventually it's going to break down slowly over time, over years, and then you're going to get to the point where you're going to say, I never thought this would happen to my family. We used to have this. We used to get together and do this. I would never think my family would be in this situation. Or it seems like ever since my grandmother died, my grandmother was the glue. Your grandmother might have been the person that was keeping everyone troubled, filled with hate, and dividing everyone up. And when she died, everyone just ate each other up like savages. And these people, you guys, It does, when someone shows you they don't care about you, because this is what this video is about. This is why I'm sharing all this stuff with you, because I know it's mind-blowing. You can't believe it. Sometimes you might think to yourself, why did these people bring me in this world? I rather had been dead. My own mother doesn't love me. My own father doesn't love me. My mother left me. My father left me. My other parent, they don't care about my pain. They only care about their pain. They only care about the abuse they went through. They don't even care about the abuse I had to go through and what I had to see, because I didn't even ask to be here in the first place. And they knew I was hurting. And they chose to stay with my violent, aggressive dad or my violent mom. They chose to live this life. They knew I was hurting. They knew I was suicidal. And all they cared about was their pain. So once you realize that most people only care about their pain and no one else, don't let that make you cold-hearted. Just know that you have to be wise about when you use your empathy. You have to be wise. You have to respect others. Always give respect to people, strangers, because you don't know what people are going through. If that person is angry, let them be angry and, keep it moving. Don't sit here and argue with strangers. You don't know what level of angry they're in. And then when they're doing freeway shootings and all this stuff, then you're like, whoa, I didn't think this person was going to take it there with me. You need to learn when to fight, when not to fight, what battles are worth fighting, what battles aren't worth fighting. You have to learn how to fight that battle, because I used to get angry and a lot of times I used to just tell people how I feel. Now that I realize that certain people just don't care how you feel, you realize, well, there's no point on explaining how I feel. So what can I do to solve this problem? Can I go to HR? Can I go to HR at my job and talk to them about this narcissist? Does the narcissist have friends and family working for HR? Do I have all of the right evidence and proof showing that this person was mistreating me, in case I have to get a lawyer because HR is going to defend this person? I have a case, but guess what? The moment you get angry, the moment you get aggressive, the moment you say something, guess what they do? They kick you out. They fire you. They record you, and they have proof of you, and they have witnesses that saw you become angry, saw you become violent, or saw you say some things that you shouldn't have said, right? That's how the narcissist gets you. They mess with you till you finally explode. And you're thinking to yourself, well, you were messing with me the whole time. This is why you have to start keeping track. You have to start, literally keeping track of everything this person is doing, because every move they're making, it's a chess move. And you don't think it is, but it is. They know exactly what they're doing. They're filled with hate, you guys. They're filled with greed, jealousy. They do not like you. Some people just do not like you. These are people that are troubled people. They have issues. They have problems. They're in hell. So instead of being in that hell with them, get yourself out of that hell. Be okay with standing alone and standing on your own, because once you get through that stage where being alone doesn't really matter to you, you might be in a position where you're fighting all these demons on your own, but it gets easier. It gets easier because you're able to evolve. These people, they're not able to evolve. If you notice, they get dumber and dumber. It's like once they start getting their karma, they don't evolve. It gets worse for them. Now they have to hustle up a different situation. They have to figure out how they're going to make money using someone else. And things just get worse from there, because when there's a narcissist involved that doesn't want to change or doesn't want to self-reflect, there are going to be things that just simply happen. And because they're too busy trying to take control, they're willing to lose everything in a matter of seconds. And then when they do, they're going to play the victim and blame you. So all you can do is leave these people alone. They don't want to change. They don't care about forgiveness. They don't want to forgive. They don't want to take accountability for their actions. You know, you might be able to take accountability for your actions. You might think to yourself, well, maybe I shouldn't have hit this person. Maybe I shouldn't have said these things to this person. You know, I shouldn't have reacted. I shouldn't have let them make me this angry. But they will never admit what they did to you. They will never admit how they got into that situation in the first place. And guess what? They'll even call you the narcissist. That's how sick these narcissists are, where they don't want to take accountability for their actions. They're so sick and demonically possessed. The devil is literally playing games with their mind to the point that they don't even want to see what they've done to you to make you upset. So the narcissist doesn't care. When someone shows you they don't care about you, they will never care about you. They were just using you for conversation, for sex, for money, for whatever, to have a friend, to have someone to gossip to. You know, when you tell these people the truth or you give them your opinion, they don't like you, they turn on you, you know, and then they get revengeful. They start to talk to the people that you are your enemies. They start to go and get together with other people that don't like you. That's how you know you're dealing with a narcissist, when they're all getting together like little roaches to mess with you, with one person. When they've taken so much from you and they still don't stop. And in their eyes, when you're feeling depleted from your energy, they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. It's giving them fuel. And they're the cause for it. So do not allow people to be the cause for why you're down. Do not allow people to be the cause to your depression, your deep oppression. Do not be oppressed by these type of people, even if it's your people closest to you, because chances are it's going to be the people closest to you. You know, it's going to be the people closest to you. So understand that in order to have a new life, you're going to leave that old life behind. And you might think to yourself, well, I have a couple of people in that old life who are not narcissists. Chances are eventually you'll lose those people too. Eventually. You might have 2 people in your life, and eventually you might lose those 2 people. So you better keep moving forward. Do not look back. Do not let this spirit crush you. Be prepared, because you see things coming before they come, and you're just there still like a scared puppy, don't want to move. You know, like when puppies pee on themselves. That's literally how you feel when you're like, you've been attacked by all these narcissists this whole time. I wanted to just read this last scripture before ending this long message that always, in my mind, I always feel like I'm going to make a short video and I end up talking longer than I thought. But it's okay. It's okay. I wanted to leave this last verse with you guys, just so you guys can know the battle that you're fighting. It's a mental battle. This is why when you start using your mind, the narcissists in your life are like, oh my God, she is using her mind. She knows what we're doing. They know when you figured them out. And they actually think that you're after them. And they think that you're going to do to them what they would do to you, which you're just hurt. It's the principle of things. It has nothing to do with money. It's just loyalty. It's just mannerism. It's just simple, just the loyalty part of it. It's boundaries. So Psalms chapter 55, verse 12-14 says, For it is not my enemy who taunts me, then I could bear it. It is not the adversary who deals insolently with me, then I could hide from him. But it is you, a man, my equal, my companion, my familiar friend. We used to take sweet counsel together within God's house. We walked in a strong throng. So it clearly says it is not an enemy who taunts me. It's not someone that I expected. then I could bear it. You know, it is not an adversary that I deal with isolantly. It's not someone that you deal with on a regular, that if they hurt you, then you can hide from it. You can, it says right here, then I could hide from him. But it is you, my man, my equal, the person that you love the most. You guys understand this message. So I hope this message was clear, helpful for you guys. I hope you guys can learn how to cope with being alone, being by yourself, spending time in nature, meditating, understanding that you didn't do anything wrong and you don't have the control or the power to make people like you or force people to like you or force people to respect you. You can't force that on anyone. You know, you're going to have people that respect you and you're going to have people that don't respect you. Your problem is that you've spent too many years with people that don't respect you. And now you think that that's all there is to life. So understand that that's not all there is to life. You know, and it's better to be alone than to be with people who are trying to destroy you physically, mentally, you know. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, lots of peace, lots of light. Please regain your strength. Please stay strong. You know, sometimes you wonder why am I here? Why did these people do this to me? What's the point? The point is that you have to remain in faith. You don't have anything but faith at this point. And you have to have faith in yourself for once. You've been having faith on everything, everyone, every relationship, except for your own. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your inner voice. Your inner voice is redirecting you. So listen to that voice. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Love you guys. Bye.